Okay, so I have another question, and this question is from Scent Skins, and she says her 60-month-old doesn't eat well. That is literally the story for every toddler. Every child that's under 2 hardly ever eats well. So really what you want to make sure that you're focusing on again is nutrient density. I cannot say this enough. Make sure that each meal is packed. Even if it is 5 spoons, even if it is 3 spoons, even if it is 2 spoons, let's make sure we have our carrots in there, our vegetables in there, proteins in there. I mean, you have some really high superfoods that are really important to get in every meal. I'll give an example. If I'm going to have something like Tom Brown, I'd want to have it with milk. I'd want to add in like some seeds. I would want to add in like applesauce. I would want to add in maybe mangoes, because mangoes are in season. If I want, I can do a Tom Brown and avocado puree. Really fortifying that meal and making sure that each time your child eats, it's really dense. Now, to answer the question about so I've answered the question about you being able to eat Tom Brown, because you can. You can start as early as 6 months. So yes, your child can actually have it. So like some of the things that I've mentioned, fortifying it, making sure that it's always nutrient packed. Now, to answer the question about doesn't eat well, there are a lot of factors that come into play when you're talking about a 60-month-old that doesn't eat well. Have you understood her palate? Have you understood her feeding language? Some children don't want to eat a certain class of food multiple times throughout the week, but that's what you keep giving. If you keep giving me cereals that have the same base, doesn't matter whether it's different packaging, I'm going to always reject it because I'm used to that taste. Now, another thing that you want to also look at is whether that child has a sweet taste or a savory taste. So, for example, if it's a sweet taste, I'm not really going to want to eat Irish potatoes versus sweet potatoes, because sweet potatoes are a lot sweeter. I'm going to like my milks, and I'm going to like things like sugary things, so I don't give healthier alternatives, so adding like dates into them. So really want to understand your child's feeding language before you can then conclude and say, oh, my child doesn't eat well. Because if you don't factor all these things in, you're not going to get a child that will eat properly. I hope that answers your question.